This is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission, so that we can bring it home for the listeners?
Okay, so the actual mission is
Yeah.
I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, Five Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, if you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions, at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If you could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number one job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
That took a lot of practice to get that right, especially for an
Yeah,
Aussie.
because
All right, today we are going to do a Mythbuster. There's a great book by Shane Parrish called Clear Thinking. In it, he describes being kind versus being nice this way. So if I go and have some lunch, right, I'll get a bit of shit stuck in my teeth just there. And I'll come back after lunch and you look at me and you go, he's got a bit of shit in his teeth. I don't really want to hurt his feelings, so I won't say anything. That's being nice. Being kind is saying, hey Ben, you got a bit of shit stuck in your teeth, son. Need to go and sort that out. To all the people that keep saying, and this is not aimed directly at one person, this crops up over and over and over again. This labour shortage. You have a bit of shit in your teeth. There is no labour shortage. It's a myth. What we have is a massive underutilisation of the talent that we've already got. I've told the story numerous times. When I was an apprentice, whenever we went to my dad and asked him for additional resources, people, cranes, tools, whatever it was. He had one sentence that drove me nuts back then, but has driven everything that I've ever done since I became a tradesman. His first reply was always, you're not using what you've already got properly yet. You think that you have a labour resource problem, a labour shortage. I'll repeat his words. You are not using what you've already got properly yet. All right, what this is all based on, why it's called day 4 of 90 of the ORCA process. Go back to video 1. If you want the link to that, just reach me and say day 1 of ORCA. It will explain everything. I'm not going to go into it in full detail. This will catch you up. This is a reason why I'm doing it, specifically 90 days of it, okay? It's called The 3 Pillars of Success, out of this book, The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. Yes, I do a lot of reading. Love it. Do shitloads of it. There's a lot of people that do a lot of reading. The difference is, I take stuff out of here and execute it every single day. I'm going to show you how that actually compounds. I have another book called something about focus or the compound effect, or what was the book by Brian Tracy? There's a book by Brian Tracy, can't find it right at the second. I'll find it and I'll drop it in the comments after, which gives you the formula for getting 1,000% better at what you do and a time frame to do it. This is Keith's thing. 3 pillars of success. I hate short lists that attempt to jam in all the ingredients for success into a pithy little formula. Success and mastery are far more complex than pith. Having said this, however, let me give you some cognitive advice about making consistent, measurable progress towards your outcomes. If you will do these 3 things on a regular daily basis for 90 days, you will be stunned at the progress that you will achieve. So number 1, write down your major outcomes for the day. I do that up on the board up there. Let's see if I've got the... Still got that right. I use what's called a Kanban board and I create tickets every single day. They're color coded for a reason because they are prioritized by what is the most valuable task that's going to drive the best results from my business. I have another book, A20 Sales and Marketing by Perry Marshall. Plenty of day before it starts. I do that during my ORCA debrief that I do at the end of the day, and be accountable to someone for your plans, commitments, and results. That's why we have this loop here. So we do our planning first, measurable outputs, which are cause effects related. We do a debrief with ORCA, which an ORCA debrief, objective, results, causes, actions, which we then supercharge with AI, use AI as our wingman. But we're going to do the myth busting part first, and I'm going to walk you through 3 case studies that show labour shortage is not our real problem. Before we go any further, my good mate sent me there. Little parcel turned up in the mail today. Look at these. These are sensational. My wife's actually already claimed one of these Simmer. Absolute legend he is. Simmerflex Engineering is the name of his company. I will tag Simmer up in the comments. Go and have a look and see what he's doing. This guy gets there of constraint. And the stuff that he's doing and the way he's positioned himself in the mining industry with what he does is exceptional. Go and have a look at what he does, how he goes about it, and what you can learn from him and take away. All right, so what does good really look like? Let me give you 3 examples right now. In 1926, Henry Ford, from the time that he mined the ore out of the ground to a car rolling into a car dealership. Digging dirt, turn that dirt into a car, into the dealership. 3.4 days used to take him to actually achieve that. That was in 1926, 81 hours. Today, have a guess how long that takes to do that same process. Somewhere between 6 to 9 months. We've gone backwards dramatically with all the advances in technology, everything else that we've got. We've gone backwards. I'd hate to even think percentage-wise how far we've gone backwards there. Okay, Paul Akers, Fast Cap. His guys are, but he's been doing this for quite some time, all right? So he says his people are about 9 times better, more efficient, more effective than industry standard, industry average. Not that average is anything to measure yourself by. He says the gap between those people that do lean well and the average is not 10%. It's not 20%. It's not even 100%. So the difference is 600%. They dwarf everyone else. Go and have a look at the likes of Spearin Metals, SPERRIN Metals, what Ryan Tierney is doing there. Seeding Matters, which was Ryan's first company that he implemented this stuff with. Go and have a look at what they're doing. And Fast Cap, Paul Akers. Go and see what good actually looks like. We need to reset what good looks like because we don't understand what it looks like here in Australia. We pat ourselves on the back way too much. Far too many people out there going, oh, we're doing fantastic, we're doing great. No, we're not. Don't measure yourself against the average and then say, I'm fantastic, just because you're a little bit better. We're not as bad as them. We're pretty good at that. Good, as Jim Collins said in Good to Great, good is just average. It's the killer of great. We need to get to great, not just be worried about good or good enough. 1/10. You hear me speak to a lot about 1%. How much? 1%. 1% doesn't add up. The little things don't matter. The little things do matter, in the right context as well. Little things, you do the wrong little things at the wrong time and the wrong place, then they don't matter. They can actually drive you backwards. Little things do matter. The old guys used to talk about the 1%ers in the construction industry, and I used to think, what a load of bullshit. Wasn't it they were wrong, they just didn't explain it very well. It's not that the little things, the 1%ers, add up, is that they compound, the compound effect that you get out of it. I talk about 1% compounded over something like 72 days, gives you 2x your results. You're doing 2 times better than the industry average. So you can see how getting to this 600% is more well and truly achievable. It's not a pipe dream. That's something that we could all do. Anyone can do. if they've got the discipline to do this. And the number one tool to do this is what I'm going to teach you today, which is the ORCA debrief. The most powerful tool of all of them. It's taken from the Afterburner Advantage, Christian Burkosis, who used to be a fighter pilot. The RAF implemented this. It's how they execute at 98% flawlessly. 98% of their missions get executed flawlessly. Think about that. That's good. That's what good looks like. If the RAF can do that in combat and all the things that they've got going on, it's complicated and complex and all the moving parts that they've got to do, there's zero reason why we can't do the exact same thing in the construction industry if we adapt to the same habits that they have. All right. If you just get 1/10 of 1% improvement per day over 10 years, the outcome of that is a 1,000% increase in what can be achieved. We do not have a labour shortage. I repeat. 926, we've gone backwards from being able to build a car, take ore out the ground and build a car, have it in the dealership from 81 hours to 6 to 9 months. Paul Akers and the like, Spirit Metals, Seeding Matters, 6 to 9x better than what the good are doing. I can only imagine what they're going to be like in another 10 years' time, because they are blowing that out of that water, that 1/10 of 1% over 10 years. They're going to blow that absolutely out the water. And there's no reason why you can't as well. I'm not going to check off the Trello checklist today. We're going to flick straight over to ChatGPT now and do our daily ORCA session. Let's get moving. New shift, 27th of the 11th, 2025. Trying this GPT to step me through this process. If you want a link to it so you can go back and have a look, see the prompt, see exactly what I've did. It's all in the videos that I did before. But if you want to use this exact GPT, just shoot me the link, ORCA Wingman GPT, and I'll give you the link to that. No dramas at all. ORCA Wingman, day 4, calm but firm mode. New shift, straight into the loop. Your 3 daily actions for 26th of November were to create tomorrow a single objective Kanban ticket before you went to bed. Tick, I did that. Write the follow-up message for Friday's GM call. Draft it today. That's done. Send 3 new outreach messages for December bookings. Binary answers only, yes or no. Did we do it or did we not? That's how we kick off this. Number 1 was yes. Number 2 was yes. Number 3 was yes. Okay, now he's done the objective part. Next, he's going to kick on to the O and ORCA results. No, actually, he's going to ask me what the key objective was today. Excellent. So that's 4 straight days of 100% behavioural completion. This is exactly how compounding discipline is built. Daily actions, done, done, done. Objective, calmer and firmer. Today, only 1 objective, not a list. Not the mission, the single most thing that mattered most. What was the one important objective for today? I actually pulled that follow-up email forward, and that went out this morning because I had contact from them last night. They came back a little bit earlier requesting some more information. So the follow-up email's already been done and sent. That was my objective for today. I had red hot lead, someone who's ready to go now, line the teams before Christmas. So that's it. That's my focus. Get that done. Okay, thinking longer for a better answer. Let's see what he comes up for. Might be a little bit to do with the internet as well, because we've had steps, we've had storms here. Nice move pulling that forward. Nice move pulling that follow-up forward. That's exactly what a wingman does. Acts early as the window's open. I'm going to lock this in cleanly. Objective day 4, based on what you've said, the single most important objective today was send a follow-up email, requested information through the GBM, keep the deal moving. That fits Cunningham rule, clear, binary, commercially leveraged. Results, your observable result. Follow-up email written and sent this morning. Objective, not in progress, not drafted, done. Good, now we extract the causes. To sharpen this properly, we're going to name the behaviours I can see, and you can mentally check if they land. This is the part that the AI is exceptional at, noticing patterns. So as we feed this, basically by me talking to it, I'm feeding it data, what I'm doing. We're looking for cause effect, measurable outputs here, cause effect. If I do these causes will create the effect where people start signing up for these sessions. So we want to measure those and track those and see how they go. You responded quickly to the GM signal. You didn't wait until Friday prep. You treated the request as a priority and pulled the action forward. That's correct. Had the thinking structure done in advance. Yesterday's work drafting that follow-up meant that you weren't starting from scratch. You just adapted and sent execution, not creation. 100% right. Maintained your planning discipline. Kanban card, clear done state. You didn't let this live in your head. You moved it through your process. They are behaviours that created deal momentum, not feelings, not hope, not controlled actions. See how this takes all the emotions out of it and just speaks to the facts, not the story behind what I could be telling myself. Oh, you're trying hard, you're putting a lot of effort in. It's like, yes, no. Did you do it? Did you not? If you didn't, it's probably because you didn't have the right behaviours in place. So we need to up the ante on that. 3 daily actions for the next 24 hours. Keep the streak going with only high leverage must-do moves. Create tomorrow's single objective countdown ticket for bed. Yep, I'll do that straight after this. Draft 3 sharp questions for Friday's GM conversation. Okay, I like that one. Not general, specific, commercially pointed questions that clarify scope, lock in a start date, surface any hidden resistance. Send 3 new outreach messages for December sessions, non-negotiable pipeline motion, trackable, yes, no. 3 actions, all average, all executable within 24 hours. Imagine if you had everyone on a project banging out 3 actions like that to pull the project back on track every single day. That's what these ORCA sessions do. This is the power of them. Layer 1, wingman, insight, calm but firm. You're starting to behave like the kind of operator you want to attract as clients. You pull a Friday job into Thursday because reality moved. That's Cunningham 101. The plan serves you. You don't serve the plan. You adjust without losing discipline. Operational insight. You're shortening the decision loop with this GM. Signals come in, request for more info, you respond fast and prepare with prepared clarity. You keep the momentum on your side. That's flawless execution, compressing the time between stimulus and action. AI meta insight. Across 4 days, a pattern is emerging. You're strongest when tomorrow's critical moves are pre-drafted the day before, then adapted in real time. Creation yesterday, execution today is your natural power ally. If you bake that into your default rhythm, your next 90 days will look very different. Day 4 scoreboard, yes, 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 yes. From today, single objective achieved, yes. Streak remains unbroken. When you're ready for the next loop, just hit me with shift date, which will be tomorrow's session. All right. Still with me? Are you looking at this? And I say to you, do you want help to align your team before Christmas? The reason why this ORCA debrief works so well, okay? Team owns the plan and the outcome. They create it with the AI, and AI does the painful part that everyone hates doing every day, which is doing the planning, the thinking and the planning. We feed it the data, it'll do the thinking and the planning for us if we feed it to it the right way. We haven't even ramped this up with the really good shit, the planning part, which is flex. After 10 days, I'm going to do that. We're going to do 10 days of ORCAs first, because this is what I would do on a site if I went on there to do a reset. We'd just be concentrating on getting this ORCA part right first, and so people could start to see, hang on a second, there might be something in this. I always say that it goes through, when you go in and you start to create change, you go through about a 4-week process. So the first week, everyone goes, what airbrain scan is this? The second week, they think, this is annoying, but they'll run out of steam, so they'll get sick of it soon. By week 3, it starts to sink in that this is working. And they're going, hang on, there might be something to this. Week 4, somewhere between week 4 to 6, you start to get the majority of the buy-in. That's just the way it's worked. It's always worked for me anyway. We're not doing anything massive or putting anyone out to do this. This is making their life, this is starting to make their life easier, because they've got a clear picture when they come in the morning, and they know what's getting tracked and what's not, and know what they need to keep an eye on And if they do the stuff that they're saying they're going to do to this, they've done their bit. They have exceeded expectations of what you required out of them. Okay, so incremental actions, it'll drive 10x results as it compounds over somewhere around 3-month mark. We'll start to really see some traction. It's simple, must be simple to be able to get it to work. Follows the great process. We get to the Gemba to do it. We do it in our bay room where we actually do our planning, or the war room. It's easy to recognise. I would draw that on the wall in the room so that everyone knows we're doing this, look, we're doing it every day. Get used to it. It's easy to do. Anyone can talk to ChatGPT. If you can open your phone, send a text, you can talk to ChatGPT and get this happening. It's available at the point of use. Everyone's got the phone with them. Just need one phone or one iPad there that ChatGPT's loaded onto to do this. Tested and trained. We're doing testing and training every day for a process called deliberate practice, because we're practicing this every time we do it. This is like a flywheel. Every time we go round through this process, we do another debrief with the AI, we start to get better and better and better and better. If you go back, if you get the link off of me and go back and have a look through this chat, you'll see how it improves every single day. It eliminates the 8th waste, which is what we're really chasing. When people say we have a labour shortage, we don't have a labour shortage. What we have is a waste of talent. Wasting way too much of it, of the people that we've already got. And we're doing what we really have a shortage of, which is focus. We're creating focus. We're fixing that issue as well. Watch all that, and I'll say to you, do you want some help to align your team for Christmas? I've got 6 sessions sitting there that you could book in. There's 1 or 2 stories going through your head. If you're a Ted Lasso fan, you know Roy Kent, then it might be this story going through your head.
Roy, you come to the club tonight?
Hold on, will you be there?
Of course, bro.
Then fuck no.
If that is the answer, fair enough. I am, as I say, an acquired taste. And actually, just give them a shout out while I'm here. It's Thirsty Thursday too. That's why I've got my favourite Black Flag Bruin t-shirt on. So anyone go, nah, you're not for me, Ben, you swear too much, you drink beer, too much common sense. Not going to work here. We don't need common sense. However, you might have this story going in your head.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
If that's the story going on in your head, that little thing, that I've tried this numerous times, so let's see if I can actually get this right today. I go down. Which way do I need to go? No, that's hopeless. I can't get my finger. There we go. I need to be out there somewhere. Over the top of that. One day I'll get it right. AmbitiousTarget.com will take you to the booking page, steps you through exactly what happens on this workshop day that we do on these days. Takes you through that process and shows you what the next step is after that, should you decide that you want more help. Take it, use it. Made a great week. If you want any of the previous days, just reach out and go, what do I call it? ORCA. Call it three pillars of success and the day that you want to see. Or if you flick back through my LinkedIn feed, they're all in there, or I have them in a YouTube channel as well. Take it, use it, make it a great week. That ORCA process, if you don't do anything else, you don't take anything away else from this video, that's a thing that will help you get back a reset what good actually looks like. Speak soon.